Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aldo's Engineering. Today we're going to show you a little bit on grinding a crankshaft. We've got a crankshaft for a Jaguar, which is actually an ex-John Love Formula One driver's Jaguar, which has now been sold on. Right, good. Let's go. Right, we're at the crank grinder now. Burko machine. So what I have to do on this machine, because it had been molested in its younger years, they weren't cleaning it when they were moving the headstocks. So basically what has happened is it's worn the edge of the bed. Okay, so we have a plan for that for now. So what I have to do, every time I move the headstock, we have to reset the crankshaft grinder to 0 again. So basically what I've done, if you look at this dial gauge, and we are now using the reference, this is our only reference that we have, this part here where they couldn't get to destroy it. So now if you look at the dial gauge, she's on 0. So I'll take it off and I'll put it back and I'll press it, 0. So this chuck here now and the actual spindle is running within less than half a hundredths. Okay. Right, so what we do now is we come to this, to the tailstock. We put this on and we're practically back to 0. Okay, so if we turn that, now you see this one is slightly out. So we could do a little bit of tuning. So we need to do a little bit of tuning. So we go to the high, 0 the dial gauge in, take it to there. Okay, so we're within 100ths there. So we go to there. So we need to move this side. So this whole setup works basically like a 4-jaw chuck. So you can see the dial gauge going. So I'm adjusting, 0'd. Okay, so now we're running 0 there. So we set it on A. That locks the head, so you can't move the head. And in theory, we should be, well, we'll figure that on out. So now that's all running 0 there. Now when we look here, we're within half a hundredths. If it was a little bit more than that, we would loosen off the headstock and adjust the headstock out. Otherwise, if you don't, you'll get a taper when you grind that crank. Okay, so this is where I am now. I've set the distance for the crankshaft. This is the crankshaft here. So that's the next stage. Okay, so we'll see you on the next stage. I'm changing the jaws on the one side. These jaws we had to actually cut the end off to make them work nicely. That's number 3. Number 1. Number 1 in. That's number. Always keep them clean. Number 2. into number 3. Right, now we're going to pull this back, lock it, take that out, and open that. Right, so we're setting it on A to install the crankshaft. I think, it's on, she's on A there. Right, now, next stage. We know the crankshaft has got a stroke of 80 millimeters. But also, what I've done is I've set these chucks, if you look on them, on this degree wheel, she's on 0. Okay. And then we've got 0 on this side. So once we've ground the first set of big ends, because you always grind the big ends first, never grind the mains, grind the big ends. So we're now going to set the heads off to 80 and leave it, make sure it's in. So we can just, so we'll just untie those a little bit. Right, so now I'm going to wind off to 80 millimeters. Right, so we're in 80 there. And we're using the scale that's on there. And there, more or less, you'll be setting it. When you get there, once the crank's in, you'll be working it out, zeroing it in. And once we've done that, then we're going to phase the crank, because it may be twisted, it may have a twist. So this big end and this big end, they could actually be out of sync to each other. So we have to calculate a way to fit that in so that all the journals, when we move it through 90, what's it, 200 and something degrees to get all the three sets together, we'll bring them so that when you fit this thing in the engine block, all your pistons will come up at the same time. Otherwise you'll get one coming up before the other one, so you're going to lose power or whatever you want to call it. It's going to become an issue. All right, so let's get that there. your height more or less. We'll pull there, okay. Okay, whoa, too much. Right. Come in now. No, we're going to bang. We need to, yeah, there. Okay. Alright, come in. Slowly. Right. Line it up without banging too much. Come down a little bit. Release that. A little nip up. Right, now we're using this fixture to get us more or less in the center, so that will run true. Okay, we need to come back a little bit. It's in the way. Right. So this little V block basically times it onto number 1 and number 6. So that's the close. Nimble it up. Okay. Take that off. Now, we do not release the lock pins until you've balanced the thing, because now its center of balance is out. So if you loosen it, it's going to go whip and whip right round. So we're coming here to the weights. There's some serious weights in the back here. So now we're going to wind these. So when they tell you that it's easy to grind a crank, yeah, it's easy to grind the crank, but to get it right is another story. So we're moving the weights. Until we start to feel see what happens. Okay, I don't want to come up. Okay, one side is out. Okay. See that? Weight's not in the right place. We still need more. So, we're going to come back to A. Let's hook it up here. This one. Locked. Still pulling that way. May have gone a bit far. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, it's coming into balance now. A bit heavy there. And if you don't balance it nicely, you'll actually get ovality, because everything will be flexing. So you need to get it into the sweet spot. And then wherever you stop it, see there, it's a little bit out. Tiny bit there. And now these two journals are running to the axis of the machine now. Okay, we'll bring you back on the next round. Thanks for watching.